Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 437 of the Maritime Paintball Podcast, coming to you live on 97.9 FM CHSR, as well as on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch at Maritime Paintball Podcast. My name is Brad O'Dell, and with me, as always, is
your king of paintball, who is trying to nail all the countries of the world, but we haven't quite gotten to it yet. I'll get there eventually. Hi, everybody. It's nice to be here tonight.
Yeah.
Bradley lost his time this week, so tonight we're just kind of having a very nice, mellow, chill conversation.
Work got
things happened.
Yeah, it was fun. It was funny. Looking back now, it's funny. I kind of just sort of like blinked and was like, "Oh, it's Thursday. Cool. Yes. I've done no prep. I don't know what's going on. So
it's all good."
Ryan Russell, Thomas Bork, they're both in the chat. What's happening? We see you, folks. We're gonna open up the phone lines early today because, like I said, this is just we're gonna have a very easy, chill, relaxed. We're just gonna shoot the breeze kind of show. So feel free to call in 506-453-4979 if you have anything you want to talk about, anything at all. We're gonna open it up. We're just gonna relax. We have two topics that we're gonna touch on today.
A little bit little touchy. That guy, good kind of touch, like somebody actually, I think Explorer probably noticed that he has extra views on one of his videos, because I had this idea once I was watching him do the wild referee. I went back and watched it. That's what prompted that message this afternoon. Mm-hmm. And I was like, it's wonderful.
Thomas says he's bummed that he missed the Automag chat. Well, guess what, bud? You can go back and listen to it on Spotify. Or anywhere you get a podcast, really. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube Podcasts, the other ones.
I use Podcast Addict. It works very well.
We're there.
We are there.
Excuse me.
So first of all, I know you're still sick. You've been sick for months. So there was the game in Hillsborough this weekend.
Yeah.
That just passed.
Which we missed, unfortunately.
I was in bad shape, man. I was ill after a bad round of McDonald's on the way home from St. John Saturday night. It was bad. But the kill house was cool. Oh, Andy's airsoft. That guy is excellent. What a wonderful.
Never met him. That's awesome.
I never met him, but I've had a couple interactions with them and him, and just best kind. And their selection is wicked. I don't care that we're a paintball podcast. We are also a combat. I am a combat sports enthusiast. I don't care what you call it. That is what this is. Their toys are still cooler than ours. Like visually, when you look at their toys, they are cooler than ours. But my God, I'm still more afraid if I come around a corner with an axe than I am with one of the little.
He should explain that's an Empire axe, not a. That's what I mean.
Or my shocker, or the Geo, something, a paintball marker instead of over a sorry, my God, airsoft piece.
There you go. You got her, bud.
But seeing somebody like crunch a shotgun shell into and then boom, and putting like 4 of them in my side, we had a lot of fun. Real cool little venue. Is in like a laser tag place in the basement under a hotel. Totally not sketchy.
Under a hotel.
Yeah, under the hotel in St. John. It was a blast. It's still airsoft, exactly. The word I've used with them is consequences. Because when I run around the corner with an airsoft gun, the consequences of me getting shot 2 or 3 times is not nearly as bad as if I come around the corner and one of us is sitting there and just goes, you learn your lesson. Yeah, or you don't. Yeah. So there's that, but that's been my argument all along. But it was a lot of fun, and again, what a good bunch of lads! Like they're nice people. Excuse me. They're funny folks. They are still, like I said, they're like mag monkeys. They're perfectly. I don't care. I know what that's what they are. And they're very much like mag-fed players. They're wonderful. They're sweet. They're enthusiastic. They're passionate about.
Shut the hell up.
They like to display their gear. I've noticed, like, they don't want to get dirty. None of them want to get dirty.
No, they do not. We even heard a couple of them say that at AXP, where they actually said, "I don't like people because I don't want to get dirty."
I won't throw. I'm not going to throw shade at him because I've talked to him regularly. They're really nice folks. They just don't want to get dirty because their kit is like it's like it's like cosplay. There are some of them though. They just don't want to get paint on it, and that's I think what it is. Is I don't think they like the way paint gets stuck in their gillies and gets stuck in like the little crevasses. So then you got to brush it out. I get it. But I actually speak of the devil. There is the there he is. There he is. There's the king of airsoft. That is their king. That's Tats. Tats is right. Some of the tryhards, paintball tryhards too, they're no better.
Oh, absolutely. We have our own. We have tryhards.
I want to put all of the tryhards together in one room and then just like make them swap gear, and I guarantee they would all fall in love with each other in minutes because they would just that vibe is so good that they for the love of the game they would all just gel and be super fun to watch because you'd see so much crossover in trades.
Joker, my kit is 100% cosplay and it stays dirty.
Same here. My kit is generally filled. My MagFed gear is just my vest is my original vest was gross. Like that thing was had to get rid of that. But yeah,
I wonder, and maybe some of the airsofters in the chat, if you're in the chat there, folks, or maybe I'll just reach out to Savage and find out for sure. But I wonder if the tolerances on their kits are less than paintball. Like if an airsoft, excuse me, if an airsoft marker gets dirty, like on the inside, is it less likely to work than our MagFed stuff, than our paintball stuff? What's this, Dory? What are you saying, Justin?
Yeah.
After you,
that's what I was reading what Dory had to say.
Finally bought a fully matching setup. Ryan Hughes just anoded my new to me CS3. That is sexy. Also, this is hilarious. Spectrum Squad. That's getting used. Somebody should put that on a t-shirt.
Spectrum Squad. Hell yeah.
Joker says he got called out because he made a trash talk video for an event and his vest was dirty. Adam Ricker. Yes. I don't know what he's saying.
I want to go out with Spectrum Squad. I want to go with Joker one of these days and just start chirping people because I think we would have these guys. Those guys are hilarious. I absolutely love seeing them. So I can't wait. That'd be so much fun. But that means I got to go. That means I got to go to Yankee Land and not right now. Not right now. Just I don't have that kind of money, man. I can't afford to go to their country.
That's the thing, right? Even the dollar's gone up like a little bit. We're a nice round 70%.
Hey, man,
but
they are a capitalist country, so they should understand that when they can get a third more money, they should come party here.
Absolutely. Adam Ricker is saying much lower tolerances on airsoft internals. So is that maybe it? Maybe we've been well, I'm sure there's plenty of them that just don't like to be quote unquote dirty. But I'm wondering, like, is it like their gear stops working if they get into into a messy bit of business where paintball is?
Yeah. An airsoft gun, if you get dirt, they get dirty on the inside. It's a replica firearm.
Yeah.
So you get dirt in the slide, it's going to get crusty. You're going to have to take that thing apart and clean it. Whereas, again, a Tippmann 98, you can just shove a little bit of, you could throw a little lube in there and you're good to go. Like, it's fine.
I mean, and our speedball markers, like our axe, like, I broke a ball, just squeegee, beep, beep, let's go. And we go back to shooting. So, yeah, little less, not exactly easy to jam a squeegee down a 0.7 millimeter.
If a gun fails in airsoft, it's going to be stop and play. You're not, unless you're really lucky.
Okay, gears bind up, etc.
Slides is what I keep.
So there's the trade-off. Their toys look cool, but they fail faster than paintball.
They're
maybe not faster, easier
for the kids who played with action figures. They're the really fancy. They're like the McFarlane toys in the old days when they weren't meant to be played with. They were meant to be displayed.
Yeah.
And a paintball gun, a 98 is a Ninja Turtles toy.
Now the 98 is the no-name G.I. Joe knockoff that your mom got from Zellers that had only like the moving arms.
Oh no, the 98 still had the proper name on it, so it was still the Rio McCoy, right? So if you want, it would be. There was that many different variants. No, the Ion would be GI Joe because there's that many different ones.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah.
Core sample, no problem.
Right?
Yes.
Shoot it out, pop, and then just squeegee the barrel, and away you go. Problem solved.
I mean, how much fails on a pump? Thomas, who plays pump a lot, like those, that's boom, it's gonna go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me about this
neon
house, man. Tell me what went down. What went down?
We went down and said you go underneath the hotel and everybody kind of sets your gear up. It's basically, I think it was an old garage and they've set it up as they have a laser tag place down there. Cool. And the airsoft lads rent it for the night and you split up and they just play a whole bunch of different games. Capture the flag. There's one game where you have to run to the other side and you got to stick a sticky note to the wall. That's all you got to do because you got to get to their side and you've got to run like hell. Cody was just running. He'd take off full tilt, run right across and just run and slap it against the wall and get shot to shit. The both of us got painted. TDM, all sorts of stuff. And then afterwards you stick around and you help people, you help clean up, help the boys tidy the place up. And cause you can't leave it there full of BBs. Right. And again, these guys that is the difference, I think, sometimes between some paintballers and airsofters is there was a lot more airsofters I saw tearing down the field than I usually see paintballers.
Okay.
I could be guilty of it too. So, but I'm saying.
I think the main reason for that is because paintballers go to fields who employ people to do that, where airsofters tend to rent locations. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm sorry. I'm reading Tats's. Coming from paintball, he had way more instances of messery with his mini mag.
There was a mini mag.
I'm gonna say that's a different era. That's out of my time. But from what I understand, they could be finicky. But I see finicky stuff again. How many times did my axe act finicky? Your mini. Had another one. Oh, my TCR. That acted finicky and never really worked properly. I got to get a hold of TJ too. And my God, I haven't heard from him yet. I'm afraid of what he's going to say to us.
I think he's probably busy dealing with the duck slide fiasco.
No, took care of that. They've already sorted that out.
It's funny that it was funny. I was talking to a mutual friend of ours who he's got one of the V1s.
Mm-hmm.
He put it together.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a small rattle. It's like a quarter to half an inch back and forth. Like it is a huge rattle.
Yeah, but when you look at what it was supposed to be attached to,
right? Because they had only one barrel. They had like one very strange barrel. But anyways, there is already a 3D printed, like you can go and 3D print a cylinder that slides over the barrel. Over the stock barrel, locks it in place, which I feel like that's what Nova should have done, is just commissioned a bunch of plastic sleeves instead of remilling all of like a V2. Which
you're gonna do something, it right.
From what I understand is that they're not remilling it to fit the barrel. It's going to be the same thing. It's just they're fitting other parts, and now Nova's looking at releasing their own barrel.
That's cool.
It is, and I'd love to talk to TJ and really find out what's going on here, because it kind of sounds like a designer has been let loose and nobody is stopping them to actually say, sit down, shut up, and solve the real problem. You know what I mean? Like, it sounds like there's a little bit of like, gotta go fast. And it's like, you're designing, you're making cool stuff, man. You got cool ideas, but can you just like, do you remember the, this is a callback. Oh man, this is a callback. I don't know if anybody's going to know what this is. There was an episode of Dexter's Laboratory where all of his experiments turned on him because every time he started a project, he'd never finish it and he'd move on to the next one.
Because Dexter clearly had ADHD. Yes.
Yeah. So I think that's what's happened. And somebody needs to go to Walmart and just go get one of those like vests with a leash and slap it on the designer, on the engineer, just reel him in a little bit. Oh, Ball of Duty had to move to YouTube. Dexter's Lab is goated.
Great.
That's funny. L7's chopped. Level 10s don't. Always talk about the mini mags. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So the kill house was cool though. I like that they stayed behind to clean up.
Yeah, they did. Like it was a lot of fun.
Paintballers, we don't really need to clean up because we don't paintball in
doors.
We do kind of, but even when we paintball indoors, we're paintballing in a designated either professional or privately owned
yes
paintball field. But also, how do you clean up paint? Squeegees, I guess. You'd have to squeegee. And you can't exactly hose most places down. So,
I mean,
we kind of just show up, cover everything in goo, and then leave.
So, hey.
That's actually the reason why you can't paintball in the bunker in Nova Scotia anymore.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were telling me because
nobody
bunker.
Yeah, nobody stayed behind to help clean.
Pressure washer.
Absolutely. As long as it's a place that you can use a pressure washer.
Well, yes, obviously.
Imagine trying to clean PRZ.
It was a good bit of fun. I'm absolutely going to go. If it falls on a proper weekend when I can go, I will do my best to go back and do another round because it's a lot of fun. It's a long drive. I don't care. Well worth it. It is a
long drive for you, isn't it? You kind of have to go around.
It's just going to St. John. It's not that bad. It's just at 1:00 in the morning, 1:30 in the morning.
I'm like, I want to.
I don't want to drive at night anymore. Yeah. It's like, what the hell happened to me? That problem will be sorted soon enough. I'll just park the trailer and sleep in that for the night and drive back in the morning.
If it's over the summer, you don't need to worry about heat.
That's the plan. Because I am just over driving at night, man. No need for it. I just take my time.
Yeah, if you can avoid it, do it. Absolutely.
No. So there was cool. That. Then it was. It's always fun to get out and just do a little bit of running and stretch yourself out before the season starts, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Now, tell me a story. I've been seeing things online, Bradley.
Let me educate you.
Teach me about the mall rats.
The mall rats.
Mall rats. A friend of our show has posted about not wanting to deal with these people, and I've seen a couple posts on Facebook how they've popped up again. So
they pop up every year around this time.
I don't recall ever seeing this, so please tell me about these fools that everyone is telling me.
The reason why they're making waves this time around is because they've popped up under a new name. So for years and years, and if you look them up on Google, the locations on Google Maps are still labeled as Delta Paintball or Delta Paintball Action, something or another. Anyways, the whole thing is Delta will, back in the day, they used to do this, and now it's called Optimum Paintball or Optimum. Yeah. What they do is they show up at malls, university campuses, conferences, like conventions. That's the word I'm looking for. Delta Force. Thank you. Yeah, Delta Force Paintball. # death to Delta. That was trending for a while. So yeah, Delta Force Paintball. What they do is they hire sleazy salespeople, like not the kind of sleazy salespeople we were or are.
That's better.
I'm talking corners you in a superstore trying to get you to sign up for a credit card.
Ooh.
Kind of sleazy people.
That's
right. The ones who talk. And they'll talk to you and you'll be like, I'm not interested. And they don't even flinch and they have not broken from the script.
They have not deviated.
Yeah, they just keep going. They just hammer away. Boom, 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 boom. So what they do is they sell tickets and they say, oh, well, you can, they go and they'll sell you either. There's two ways they'll do it. One, they'll sell you tickets at the booth, right? And they'll say, yeah, so you can buy You can buy this package, and it's like, it's $49.99, and that includes the rental gear and 100 paintballs. And you call this locate or call this number, and you can book your time at a field, and you pay for it there. But it's always in like packs of 10. You have to buy like a sheet of tickets. And then the other way they do it is they'll go to conventions anywhere where they can't really do transactions. Is that they'll convince you to call this number. They'll give you all the information, the pamphlet and stuff, sell you on like, oh, it's great for your kid's birthday. Little Timmy will love it. Right. And then you call this 1-800 number, and then they sell you on it. And they'll be like, yeah, so you can get 100 paintballs and the rental gear for $49.99, with a minimum purchase of 5 packages, blah, blah, blah. Right. And then you get to the field, you book your time or whatever, you get to the field. Actually, yes, the field, they actually shut down in Quebec because Quebec has such intense consumer protection laws that Quebec came out swinging.
Oh, yeah,
the government showed up and slapped the hell out of them. It was like, and so they left. They're not in Quebec. I don't think they're in Quebec anymore. Or maybe they're in Laval. Anyways, either way, they pitch you on this. They sell you on this idea of like, yeah, it's $50. You go, you play paintball. Yeah, right. Because most people don't know, and they're specifically targeting people who have no idea. It's usually like they'll like try and target like moms who have no idea, right? And they're thinking, 100 paintballs. Okay, cool. 100's a lot. It's really not, but anyways. Then you get to the field, and it's like, okay, cool. So you've got the package, but there's a $29 field fee. Plus it's $80 for 500 more paintballs. Plus you have to use our gear. So it's like, oh, well, little Timmy's brother's got a whole setup. We'd like to use that. No, you have to use our gear, which is like the chintziest, like garbage Canadian Tire, no name. Yeah, it's absolute hot garbage. So then they just start nickel and diming you, right? You're already there. You're already at the field. You've already got the kids riled up. They're there. They're having a blast. They get the gun. They get the 100 rounds. They shoot the 100 rounds. What are you going to do? You're going to tell Timmy, no, we're not. We booked a 3-hour slot. You went through your 100 paintballs. Too bad. No, you're going to spend the money. So a lot of people really like they get suckered into it, right?
Yeah, that's insidious.
Yeah. So for a long time, it was Delta Force. It was Death to Delta. Because and there was like an active campaign of like, especially in Ontario, where if they saw people at the Delta, like running these booths in the mall, like regular paintballers would hover around the booth, and like when they started talking to people, they would like show up next to the booth and be like, "Oh, what's this?" And they'd be interested. Like, "Cool, this is a total scam. Did you know if you actually go to like Commando Action Center, they can help you?" Like, and they were just like, "Yeah, that's what people were doing."
You vigilantes, paintballers.
So Agent Corbett says the package is $129. Right.
So when we see these people, we make fun of them. We don't touch them.
Nope,
we don't touch them.
And you don't step foot on their carpet.
Now, you don't say mean things, but you can make fun of them relentlessly.
Yes. There's you don't. Yeah. So the rules of engagement, ladies and gentlemen, as somebody who has done sales in locations like malls, typically the business rents a square footage. Do not step foot on that square footage. They can ask you to leave.
Yep.
But you can hover around it and talk to the mom that just got swindled out of some money or tricked into something and explain to them, hey, if you do this, right? You can help them out. And then, you can kind of just waste their time. You can ask questions relentlessly. Also, the people that they hire, the salespeople, are usually really, really desperate, like university kids with no shame, nothing to lose, and everything to gain. So they know nothing of paintball, but they will try to sell it on you. So just run with them, right? Just make fun of them. Not make fun of them, run with them, and just like make fun of it. Have fun with it. That's what I'm trying to say. Have fun with it.
There you go. Have fun with it. You should. We absolutely recommend having fun with it.
And they run some fields. They're
That's terrible.
What's really
That's
sucks. Their website is sketchy.
Mm-hmm.
It's well made, but if you read the website, they never commit to anything. All of the wording is very like, they'll be talking about stuff. So with the great package, you could do this, that, and the other thing, blah, blah, blah. And they'll talk about a great experience, building team building, birthday parties, kids will have fun. It's a great experience. Call this 1-800 number for more information. Like, the website commits to nothing.
dirty dogs.
So
again,
yeah,
I appreciate, like, I've grown up in the
I appreciate a
age
hustle.
of,
I
appreciate a hustle.
Sales.
I appreciate a hustle. That is not a hustle. That is a scam.
That
and
is,
it is a hustle, but it's a hustle that is preying on people that you shouldn't be. There's a fine line when it comes to these things.
Yep.
And no.
Look, I was in technology sales.
If paintballers can tank your sales, if a paintballer can tank your sales, your pitch wasn't that good to begin with.
Right.
Sorry.
Sean McNary, I missed it. What up? Delta Force Paintball's back under the name Optimum Paintball. Go have fun talking to them. But like you said, there's a fine line. I used to be in technology sales. If I sold you a MacBook for $3,000, I lost money. My store sold that MacBook for $3,000. We bought it for $3,000, right? So I made money because I would convince you to get the warranty or the add-ons. Oh, you're going to need a backpack. You're going to need a wireless mouse. You're going to need some screen cleaner. You're going to need a wireless keyboard. You know, so
those are incidentals. Those are things that you don't need. Right? You don't need them. But when you're playing ball, but you're
going to want them.
That's the argument, but still, like, we all know.
Actually, that was usually my sales pitch. Was people would look at a computer and they'd be like, "Well, it's awfully expensive," and be like, "Well, this is what you want. According to you, this is what you want. This over here is what you need, but this is what you want,
and this is what you can afford." Pulls a toast,
and then I'd also offer financing. So I have been in sales. I have done that. I have threaded that line.
No shade.
But like you said, that being said, though, I never sold anything to anybody that they didn't need.
I don't sell something I don't believe in.
Apple Care is actually no word of a lie. Working for Apple, get Apple Care. Trust me.
Well, if you have, that makes sense. Get the insurance, get the extended warranty on your phone. It's not when our parents bought like a floor model TV that would last 40 years. It's not the same.
This is brand new. This MacBook Pro was $3,800. I didn't pay that much. $3,800 is stupid.
It's disgusting.
Right? The screen, if you bust the screen, take it to an Apple store to get an official Apple screen put back into it, $2,000. Right? Get Apple Care if you're gonna get a device. Anyways, that's Delta. Delta's back.
Wow, that is
it sucks.
So everybody, you're doing the Lord's work if you go out and you make sure that these guys don't rip people off.
Yeah. And folks, if you've encountered them, if you've talked with them, and you want to tell your story, call us 506-453-4979. Give us a call. I want to hear your stories. I want to hear what you've done, or what you've said, what they've said to you. Maybe you got swindled by them. I'd love to hear about that. I'd love to hear about not that you got swindled. I'd love to hear your story. They are all over. They're all over the world.
There is a line. Upselling. There you go.
Yes, absolutely. Exactly. I never misled anybody. I only showed them. I never misled. I only tempted. Well, like for example, when I used to sell cell phones, I'm
not arguing with it.
No. I'm just saying when I sold cell phones for a long time, I would never sell a fancy smartphone to like the 75-year-old grandma who just needs to be able to call in case she slips. Like we weren't doing that. Mostly because I didn't want her coming back into the store saying she didn't know how to use the phone and bothering me.
Yeah, there's a little bit of. I'm gonna say, hold on a second here, you lying sack of garbage. Yeah,
but there's a
return
fine line.
customers.
There's return customer. I mean, you know what we used to do? It was really sleazy back in the day. It wasn't sleazy. It benefited the customer. It did not benefit the telecommunications company I worked for. Is that they would come in and they'd be like, my bill doubled. And I'd look at it and be like, yep, your 3-year, when the big 3 companies were doing those 3-year, like sign the contract, you get a really good price for 3 years. After 3 years, we more than doubled your bill.
Hey, Mike.
So that was happening. People would come in all angry and I'd be like, oh, okay. Well, like they usually, like it was a couple would come in, like husband and wife would come in and be like, what is this? Can you explain this? I want to cancel my service. We're like, hold on. Here's what we're going to do. Whose name is it in? It's like, it's usually under the husband's name. I was like, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to cancel your service. No problem. But we're going to immediately sign your wife up with an introductory rate for 3 years. And in 3 years, you're going to come back to me and we're going to just do the whole thing backwards. We're going to then sign. And we would just, so I had customers who would come in and be like, what's up? I'm like, yo, are we switching? Cool. All right, let's do that. Or
time for the swap off. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Or the other trick was they'd be like, well, I don't, if they were single and they didn't have somebody they could swap off with, I don't know if they can do this anymore. We used to do this. It was fun. I tell them, okay, let's say you're part of the blue company. I'm not going to say names. You know who I'm talking about. You're part of the blue. You got the blue company, right? And you're like, I don't want to pay this much. No worries. Well, you're going to switch to the red company. Well, I don't like their service. That's fine. After 90 days, you count as a new customer. So you're going to cancel the red company. You're going to come back to me and I'm going to give you the introductory rate. So whatever. We did that all the time. That was the best thing. That was always like a feel good time doing that stuff. Yeah. That was my history in
Delta Force. Why would you say that, AJ? Oh, so I listened to the C1D podcast the other night.
I keep it. You know what the thing? It pops up on my feed, and then I'm like, yeah, I'll listen to that when I'm doing the dishes, and then I forget. So tell me about it.
It was they were talking about rules in paintball. Ooh. They had a nice conversation about dead man walking.
Rules are meant to be
bent. But the story that I caught, because I had Simon here, so I was listening to it, and ADHD. But Andrew's lad was telling a story like this kid doesn't sneaky. This kid goes in and just goes brap. He done sneaky, and he did some sneaky stuff, and he killed the guy. And as Buddy was leaving, he tells the team, "Hey, he's down there." Dead man told the tale. And the team just lit his ass up, and he was pissed. Came back and went back to spawn pissed, and it was just stuff. It was a good conversation to listen to because they talked about that stuff, and it just tickles me to listen.
That's legit though. That's not like you getting called out for dead man talking because you were like, "That was a good shot." You know what I mean?
No, he flat out was like, "But he's down." Like, "Oh, he's down there." It's like, you dick. Now this guy's not going to want to sneak around anymore. Why would he want to? He'll stand on the front line.
What's this? They have He's right. There are so many paintball podcasts on Spotify. They all showed up during COVID. During the shutdown, they were popping up left, right, and center. There are so many. And then they all stopped when they realized that it's actually kind of difficult to regularly create content. What's Cliff saying? Cliff is saying, don't think we have Delta Force in the East. Mall hoppers trying to sell games for fields that have no idea. Yeah, absolutely. That's the other thing too. Delta has gotten caught. I'm not going to say I've never seen this first person. This is a friend of a friend of mine kind of situation. Okay. That supposedly, and Cliff will probably confirm this in the chat, that the people at Delta, I'm assuming they're 100% commission or they're very high commission. Because they will drop local fields names to sell it. So people were showing up at like, I think Commando might have been one of them. Please correct me if I'm wrong, folks, but I think they were one of them that people were showing up with tickets from Delta saying, I'm here to play. Like, I paid my money and I'm here to play because the people at the mall, the booth said to go here. And I'm pretty sure Commando honored it. Was like, you got swindled. We're going to help you out. You're here. Thank you for coming.
I could absolutely see the Queen.
Oh, yeah.
And Dave and yeah, I could see Commando being like,
yeah.
No. And then Dave's going to go collect his money. Fud's going to go collect his money from the mall guys.
Dave's going to show up in the mall parking lot with a front end loader. You owe me $200. Is that your car? It's about to not be.
Screw it. Let's print some tickets. Let's do this summer. We want to run these. You want to get rid of these guys? We know how to do it.
Right. Yeah. Well, the thing is they
paintball. It's sleazy. Make it believable.
It's the if I am correct, whatever field, maybe it wasn't Commando, but I think it was. But whatever field honored these tickets. Yeah, they're not out a lot of money. 100 paintballs, throwing some rental gear at them, but it's also the cost of operating the facility, the cost of insurance, the cost of paying the refs, the people looking after them. That's all costs money. That's what I mean. It's it's good because
that is the kind of people that are at Commando Action Center who are hosting the D-Day Tipman Challenge that we will be rolling into.
Who will be helping? Yeah,
they're hosting it. You're emceeing it. I am going to be roaming around as I tend to do. It's going to be a blast. It always is. It is my favorite paintball 100%. Weekend of the year.
100%. I still can't believe that 1 year. I think, well, it's been done every year, but there was the 1 year specifically where, what was her name? Christina? No. I forget her name. Where she kind of showed up out of nowhere and was like, it was you and I were together. She's like, you're Brad and Tom, right? And we're like, yeah. She's like, cool. My job's to keep you alive.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Marie made sure we were taken care of because I tended to. Yeah,
and it wasn't even. I can see the thought process with Marie now too, where it was like, it's not that these boys are demanding their own like attendant. It's that we need to keep them alive because they're not going to do it themselves. Like,
oh God, you imagine if they did that and they ran into Cliffy.
Yeah.
You imagine
okay, cool. So
Cliff, this hustle and they run into Cliff. I'm laughing because I think it'd be hilarious.
I feel like Cliff would put some voodoo on you. That that man knows voodoo. He's got to. Look at that beard, that hair. Come on, he knows it.
He absolutely knows some sort of voodoo that he do.
Sean's sharing a link, but I can't view what the link is because of the system I'm using right now. Yeah, AJ said when he was talking with the guys at the booth, said they were working with local fields, except these local fields have no idea who they are or what's going on. So it's just shady, right? It's just shady.
Yeah, that's so skeezy, man.
Yeah, down with them.
Yeah.
So
I hope that they stub their toes.
Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, Wolf's addressing it. Oh yeah.
Wolf that's what prompted this because I saw it and I asked Brad about it because I saw Wolf talking about it. I'm like, who are these guys? Like,
yeah, absolute scam. These
a couple of the boys posted. I don't know if it was AJ or if it was Eli or one of those lads mentioned it too, and I meant to ask you earlier in the week about it. So
yeah, they pop up from time to time. Then they'll go away for a couple of months, and they'll come back. They'll go away for a couple of months, and they'll come back. So it is what it is. Sadly, yeah, it just sucks, man. I'm all for clever sales and clever marketing. I hate scammers. I'm with you. I'm with Sean on that one.
I mean, yeah, make sure who you're giving money to is reputable.
Yeah,
that blows, man.
And frankly, if it's outside of Christmas and it's a booth in the mall that's like a temporary one, think twice. It's like Christmas time, loads of local businesses hook up in the mall. That's awesome. I love that. But like when a random booth shows up in the mall to sell tickets for paintball, just doesn't sit right.
Just roll that one around in your head just a little bit. But again, if you don't know, they're preying on.
That's just it, right? Preying on the uninformed. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't have self-inflicted pain is no excuse for not. You get drunk and don't show up to work. That's self-inflicted. I have no pity.
Yeah.
You've got the flu. You don't come to work. I get it.
Right. Because I don't want to get sick. So give me the flu. I don't get that excuse anymore, though. I'm sick with the flu. You work from home. So we got about 20 minutes left. We got 17 minutes left. What's our plans? What are we talking? There's the next. Well, in like 9 days is another game at Atlantic Outdoor Recreational Center in Hillsboro. Isn't it March 15th? Yeah.
Is it the 15th?
I thought it was March 15th. Double check for me, because if it's not, I might be able to make it. The 15th is a hard pass for me, though. It is the young fella's birthday.
I think it's after. Second here, pulling it up, ladies and gentlemen, because they are friends of ours, and I do enjoy seeing these lads. They're a lot of fun. I'm ashamed that I haven't gotten out there, but I was just sort of rough states. There we go. March 2nd. I'm checking the Atlantic.
Or maybe it was April 15th. Did I maybe look at the wrong month?
I'm not sure. So many things going on here. Stop this. Well, they're going to be having another game. Looks like they had some wild pew-pews out there.
Yeah, it looked good. I'm bummed I had to miss it. Real life got in the way, as it does. However, hopefully
29th.
March 29th.
Yeah, for the finale of the Winter Games. Doors open at 10. Games will take place at 11. So anybody who is in the local area, you definitely want to get out there. Those cats are super cool. Their field is a lot of fun. I saw that the train is back, which makes me really happy, because there's a train.
What was the point of taking it in the first place? It was more effort to.
In the video that they posted, there's the train. So the train's back. So right. There's like that train was so much fun. So
yeah. Maybe. Oh, you know what? No, the 29th. No, the 29th is his birthday. I think the 15th was when we're doing the. What am I thinking? No, sorry. The 15th is something else I have to do. The 29th is his birthday. The 15th. So I'm screwed either way.
NXL?
NXL this weekend. Tampa Open.
Ooh, okie day.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
We got Go Sports.
We do have Go Sports.
Oh, I'll just have to check that out.
Yeah. We have Go Sports.
Guess what, Starman? We're watching some paintball. Poor kid. Formula
I'm
One hasn't
try. Hopefully the young one will. Hopefully the youngest will let me.
Guess what? We're not watching Bluey. We're watching paintball.
No, her thing now is this is the Maritime Parenting Podcast now, apparently. But her thing is like she'll want to watch a show, and then 5 minutes into it, she's like, no. I want to watch something else. You put something else on. She'll sit there for 5 minutes, content, happy. She's like, yes. I even got her trained, so I was like, Go point at the TV what you want.
No, I'm not changing it every 5 minutes. I'm invested in this now. I am watching this episode of Bluey. Absolutely. We are watching the whole episode. I am in
tears. I am getting to the end of this Bluey episode.
I'm not going to hate on. No, don't worry. We're not going to hate on Bluey.
How do you hate on Bluey? Bluey's fantastic.
Bluey's dad has a cuck chair.
Why you got to do that?
Just saying. Just pointing that out.
Yeah, but so does every hotel room.
For good reason. So.
All right. So.
Oh God.
I would love to end the show on that bombshell, but I can't yet.
But we can't. But we can in post. We can edit some of this.
No, it's going in. Still waiting on the Bluey movie. I don't know if I want a Bluey movie. That's a long, drawn out straight. Like the kids that are watching Bluey are not going to sit and watch an hour and a half movie.
It'll do great on streaming.
It would.
That it'll do like Gonzo numbers. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. That'd be good though. That'd be fun.
I went and watched the new Gundam.
How was it?
It was excellent. It's an alternative time. It's an alternate timeline movie. So if
like a reimagining,
kind of a sidestep.
Okay, cool.
For the original 0079 universe. So Char, all that good stuff. The Red Comet, dope.
Basically, kind of looked at it, was like,
well,
it would be cool if we'd done this instead.
What happened if this happened? And then the whole series takes off from there. It's the first 3 episodes of the new series that's dropping soon. So that'll be sweet. I'm looking forward to that.
You know what I tried to rewatch? Because it hit Netflix, was Halo. I couldn't make it through the first episode.
I didn't watch it at all.
I don't want to give you spoilers, but
I've heard enough about it that
it's too late now, right? Like, the helmet comes off. Unacceptable.
Yeah.
2, he's handsome. Unacceptable. The Spartans are supposed to be hideous. They're supposed to be scarred up, full of augmentations. 3rd, they snap between live action and CGI.
Yeah.
And if you're not paying attention, the CGI is really, really good, and it looks like live action, right? Like, it looks good, but you can definitely tell when it goes to live action because they walk like cosplayers. Yeah, like it's just like it's very like it looks awkward when they're handling the super awkward looking, like totally not ergonomically designed guns. Just looks like garbage. Wait, what? The Hormesis Ollie Lang headband company finally released All That Matters, but you got to buy something to watch it. That's funny. I could put on a funny little hat and make sure that everyone can watch that. Just saying. It'll be on the bay soon enough. Or floating around.
A pirate's life for him.
Not condoning that. I'm not condoning it. Don't condone. Don't
pay for your content. Your content, you cheap bastards.
Yeah. Especially for a company like Hormesis. Like, yes, they sell insanely expensive headbands that do not warrant that level of price tag, but neither does Gucci. So
don't take from the little guy.
I wouldn't
That's
call him
not
the
cool.
little guy.
I'd call the insurance company not the little guy, though.
True. But I would love to see that. I wonder how I'm curious because I interviewed Ollie Lang many, many years ago. And it was actually very difficult to get him to talk about paintball because he was in like this he came in live from Indonesia. It was full on spiritual movement kind of mode. Like it was weird. It was weird.
George Harrison after going to India kind of thing.
Yeah. And then like 2 years later, he comes back. He's like back playing pro, releases Hormesis. And I was like, cool. Would have been nice to get him on and talk about that. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'll reach out to him, see if I can get him back on the show again. I have an in. Be kind of fun. Should do that. I've been trying to get Chris Lasoya on, but I don't think I ever will. I don't think he's with paintball anymore. I think he's done. He's still kind of like still hippie, but paintballs. Yeah, he was full hippie mode. Like when I was interviewing him, you could hear like a chicken clucking behind him.
Have you met the Gas Man?
Oh man,
that's hippie and plays paintball.
Yeah, but Lang is
but to the nth degree.
Yeah.
That's killer.
Like moved to Indonesia to the nth degree kind of thing. Like,
I mean,
like, good for him. It was awesome, right?
If you're gonna use your ass, use all of it. Absolutely.
Like I said, I would love to have Chris Lasoya on. I've tried for a while. I talked to him one time. We tried to get things going, but he's a busy man. I just want to talk to Chris and get his opinion and his like. Now that it's been many years afterwards, that man was known for being the most hyper aggressive player, like the kind of guy to unironically, unashamedly put 6 rounds into the back of your skull because he got around the bunker. Like, he was a savage. And
you're a monster.
I want to talk to him about that. I want to talk to him because there's so many shots, so many videos of Losoya coming around a bunker, the player not knowing him there, and Losoya is standing straight up and just one hand and just goes bop, 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 out, and like against the back of Buddy's skull. Like he was hated for it. He was hated for it. But I want to know what Chris's opinion was of what did he think of it. That's what I want to know.
I'm sure he got the back of his head painted once or twice.
He definitely did, but like he definitely put more down than he got hit. Like he
ideally
he was the paintball equivalent of like a goon in hockey.
Don't tease me.
Yeah, like he was bad for that. He was also like he would unabashedly like walking off the field like just unload on like a full hopper, just like you get out like I'm not happy.
Get out of here.
Like yeah, he's like walking off. He's been hit. Somebody chirped. Somebody's like yeah, like he. On one hand, it looked like a temper tantrum. On the other hand, it was just like old school aggressive paintball.
He was making a point.
He was the paintball equivalent of a bare knuckle boxer. So
it's kind of sweet. And YouTube. Gonna be looking at that later.
Yeah. It was he was wild. Losoya was wild. I'd love to talk to them all. It'd be great. Derek says Joker sounds like a douche. He was. That was the thing. Nobody liked him because of it. That was the crazy thing. Nobody liked that he did it. He was regularly penalized for it. He was always told to stop, but the man was one of the best. Like, but
not wrong. Like, it does sound like a total douchebag. Like, he sounds like a total douchebag, and yet we've watched. Right. Hold on here, PK Subban, Brad Marchand. Like everybody hates him, but God, I love him. Like, yeah, I love a heel, love a villain, man.
That's the thing. It's like, man, this guy's an absolute jerk. Yep, and your team lost. You know, like it's like that was.
It's that bit of satisfaction when I watch Marchand level Crosby, and I'm like, hey, the boys just got in a fight. That was normal. They did that when they were young too.
But Derek, I love this douchebag. Joker's guy. Sounds like a douchebag. Nah, but he was the best douchebag. Yes, that's exactly this. Right. To give you an idea of his mental state, like his impersonality, professional nightclub promoter. So, like,
could I have
a cutthroat industry
shit that doesn't surprise me for $500? Thank you.
And then you got Greenspan crying all the time. Greenspan's in touch with his feelings.
There's nothing wrong with that.
He's also kicking ass left, right, and center, and his team keeps winning. So, except last year. But anyway,
give him a reason to.
Well, Greenspan. Well, the thing too is like he's crying all the time into his money,
into his championships,
right? Like it's like he's just. Meanwhile, and then you got Ollie giving like emotional, spiritual speeches and spacing out, and then just winning.
Yeah, sorry, I'm again, George Harrison, chilling with Beatles, and they're all just getting some knowledge. They're dropping knowledge. Yes,
that's so. So that's what's up. That's what's up in the world of pro and semi-pro paintball. So yeah, I'll try to catch some this weekend. I could definitely get a couple of hours of it. Sunday is going to be the big day. So Sunday is the big day. That's when the pros play. That's when they'll broadcast that. What's this? Cliff says I got him at Skyball with Jerry Brown's angle when he got too close to the cancer kid. Cliff, those are words, and I know they're English.
I'm sure there's some part of that's going to get us put on a list, but
I'm thinking like, yeah, somebody somewhere in like a very like a wooden shack in Siberia is like writing out a code right now that looks exactly like that. I'm reporting in.
My thesis agent is listening to this going, what the hell is this guy going on about?
Cliff, spell check, damn it. Which word did we spell? They're all spelled correctly.
Predictive text is a real bitch.
What did you do? Just hit the word that came up next. Just let the iPhone type the sentence.
It's like one of those Facebook
hold on.
Fourth word.
Hold on. That's hold on.
Somebody.
I mean, I'll send something later today. Later tonight, I'm gonna send something over to you. Tom, you'll love it.
Is it an explanation to what the hell Cliff's talking about? Because that's what I'm here for right now.
I tried running it through Google Translate. ChatGPT, what is this? Yes, no, I assume it was the angle was supposed to be angel. And it's Jerry Brown. So it should read, I got him at Skyball with Jerry Braun's angel when he got too close to the cancer kid.
Which one's the cancer kid?
I don't know. I think it's Skyball. I think there was like a kid or something that was like, it was a charity event or something. Because that was the other thing with Lasoya. He didn't care. He didn't like, it was like, we're doing a charity event
with cancer.
I think he tried.
Yep. That guy's a heel.
Right?
I'm in.
It's like somebody being
down.
like, I bunker rentals. And when Chris Lasoya is like, I bunker paraplegics. Like it's like so, that's getting clipped. Okay, that's it, folks.
Allegedly.
On that bombshell. Don't forget, I got him at Skyball with Jerry Brown's angle when he got too close to the cancer kid.
It's so many words, but it won't fit on a shirt. Can we get it on a mug or something?
It's get it on a Star Wars style mug where it's just like yeah,
it has a slow the slow crawl.
Charles, welcome to the show. I see you in the chat. We're done for the night. So folks, it's been a blast. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Cliff, thanks for giving Tom a stroke. And that's it, folks. I'm out of here. We're out of here. Cliff says, stuff it. Love you, Cliff. All right, folks. We'll be back next week. Until then, cheers.
Doodles.